Hetep, hetep, hetep. Yeah, we've come back once again. Some evangelist, Nana Efia Briba Kofi, Kwai Samapuom. Yes, this is the moon. The full moon rituals. Full moon rituals. This is the moon, okay? Yes, this is the moon. Wherever that you are. This is your evangelist, Nana Efia Briba Kofi, Kwai Samapuom. I've come back once again. Let me look at the time. It's almost 2:13 a.m. in Ghana. That is midnight in Ghana, okay? I tried coming online the last day, that is yesterday, to come and open the truth to my people. But the network was fucking up. So we are going to firstly pour our libation to honor the moon goddess. Do you understand? That is our mother. Okay. So if you come here, please like, share, and subscribe to YouTube, my YouTube channel, Nanabri. We are going to pour libation, okay? We are going to pour libation. Yeah, Gavin Whitfield, you're highly welcome. Whitfield, you are highly welcome. Please, if you come here, share for your fellow Akuracans, your fellow Melorita people, so that they'll get to know what we want to mean. So we are going to pour libation to honor the moon goddess. Okay. Ago. 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 Nana Nyamiwa. Nana Nyami. About time ya Jakasia, one more day, Munim, dear Mutumi, Manunyamina. If we are body and Nemo is Sumu. Mamudi kind was Sumu, number, body and Sumu, and a few, my body and nephew Sumu by. Nana Nyamiwa, and Nyami, Minia Sodiamaya, Nana, Ramu to Trubon Sunami, and I meet me, Monsieur. The son saying, Monsieur, so many BBA, and many BB unknown, Nana. And then there's a Mohana, and Yamu, and Yami, a ope, or what ding, Munim, dear Mutumi, and I want to trust about the Dumisana. Because shower, Pima, in your way, Nana. Because I'm a crown, your Casimo Diniso. And they also a Cassio, and I'm Mosani, Cassio, because we shout the more Dinisana. That's the Uncoso. Ago. Mama no net, mama water, papa water. About tiny Jackasia, my holding, Munim, Mutumi, Manuamina, a ensure. So much about Yenina, who is here, and ensure Bosompo, Nana, Blaman Stars, Asida Munana. And there is some more house, I saw about Tampa, Nana, and so much about Yenina, who is here. Mama water, papa water, Moncosumi, Monsieur, no more, Bishabian Casimum Jinsana, Moncoso, the PCN. Now also, Mokron, we are Cassia. Bosom Cassia, out there, we move out your Osranekese, bosom Kensu Heru. Emra waye kese na onkoso wase da piesie nie. Ewie. Na nyankropon na nyankonton obade kese a ofi upemu na obo abode nyina na. Wa uche nsuo mu na obo soro ani asase a enam enframa ani ohyew eso. Anase enframa ani nsuo eso. Ene de sem wo ha shoe and tefnut ohyew ani enframa tefio na enframa mo kam ho bo soro ni asase. Nana nyankropon na nyankonton na mishayo kese. Enframa kese mo kam ho bo soro ni asase na mo kwaso masida piesie nie. Twedian ponkwa ame esoro kese okuta mununkum agrada ayirem ensoroma utonsioma yen ene de semo ha twedian ponkwa ame esoro kese na onkwaso osida piesie nie kase obatampa nye frɛ sɛ asase ya asase afua abrewa kese obatan kese na onkwaso mla bosun ya kese na nsu kuta misemo ensio de mennom mama ho tomi na me so na me kase me shaw ayo kase ma odi ni so enso ma mo wie mu emununkum a magye esoro afa osoro nyansama ɛyɛ agrada ne ayerem enso ma sa enso ma abo nana mo kwaso masida piehie nie me shaw yam kase ma odi ni so akadin abosom a modem ahoɔden mu nim deɛ botumi ma no nyamina nam awiemu na dabira da mo hyehya yɛn gye nana ɛna da isɛm wɔ ha bosom aku bosom akua bosom kwaku bosom bene bosom abna bosom kwabna bosom ya bosom ya bosom ya bosom aba bosom ajo bosom bene bosom aku bosom ajo mekoso ehyiram oyam kahyemam din so bosom afi okra kase a otimi trimu bosom na afi a bibiri na onkoso wasida piehie nie bosom amemene bosom awusi na onkoso wasida piehie nie ene de isem wa ha nananom enyina nananom samanfo nananom samampa nananom amudi kan asase we so ebribirifo akanfo nipa tuntumfo na yetimi kwatimu enya bibida na onkoso wasida piehie nie esu omotwe asase nyina mu ahia susan esubonten esuasua enyina nana ene de onkoso wasida piehie nie ma me obatampa na nafia obatampa bibiri na onkoso wasida piehie nie se mi frɛ na nafia bibiri a na frɛ su atwa mu nyina ahia ani esu nyina nana frɛ su apema eja kase apem nana ani esu nyina nana onkoso wasida piehie nie ene de se mo aboso afi kofia mesomo nana onkoso odie nie mekra kwa afia otimitim nana onkoso odie nie ene de yo nananom bosom aye kase bosome kase osrane kase ho nkomo nana emna bosom kase waye kase bosome kase osrane kase nana be so pa cho se enkrabia ne hyebre a ye de ba asase we so nana ene so pa cho se nana ye shaw ayo kase ma odi ne so nana bosom kase osrane kase kania kase bla waye kase yo nana be so pa cho se enkrabia ne hyebre de ba asase we so nana ene ma ni mlemu emna waye kase nana ansa na obewu na san be sane wanu nyam bi mu nana no hye ho no nyam ya bla bla mu nana onkoso bosom kase nana onkoso osrane kase nana onkoso ade se die nyina mlemu nana ma enkwatenten na ma enyansa na ma yentiase na ma yehumu nana yenu yana mo ba bibiara mo tutu kwan nyina mo ma no nana so pa cho ma bo bibiara ho ban no hyehyɛ en waye kase nana bosom kase osrane kase nana metimi kwati wunya bibida emla waye kase yo nana because we hyehyɛ yo kase ma odi no so nana onkoso nana bosom kase nana osrane kase me so de menya bi anom ma me ho atomi a eye enhio na me so be kase di hyehyɛ yo kase ma odi no so nana onkoso bosom kase ansa ye ho nkoda ansa na obewu na sa be hye no wanu nyam bi na be kase nana na ensenkyene nko nana onkoso nana o my konkro ga ana afuru aka hye wonsa nana ipa bone fo ma do so asase we so o mo nka no kwanche ye mpanifo asofo ene malamfo de nana so o mo mu so ni o mo ni nyonyonyonyonyonyo me so pa cho bosom kase osane kase mla waye kase na ubie abribirifo ne akanfo ene ni patuntumfo ani nana kase onkoso nana onkoso amen osane kase nana shawo yo kase ma adini onkoso ewie yes. This is your evangelist Nana Efia Biriba Kofi Kwai Samampum. I come once back again to disseminate the truth to my people. Okay. Today we are just going to learn about Osrane. We are going to learn about Osrane. When we talk about Osrane means the moon. In Akan, the moon is called Osrane. Osrane is the moon. And full moon is called OSRANEKESE. Okay. Kese means big, okay, or full. Kese means full. And Osrane means the moon. So full moon is called OSRANEKESE. Do you understand? And NKOMO in Akan represents what? Conversation. So today we are going to learn about what? The full moon and what? The importance of the moon in our lives. And why the moon is our mother. Okay. Always I've been telling my people that when we talk about full moon, we are just talking about what? The greatest entity which existed first. Always people has been telling us that light created everything. No. Out of darkness, you can see me. Out of darkness cometh all life. So from darkness, the first entity which existed first was the moon. The moon is the first light. Let me give you this example. Every individual first existence is within the womb. The first existence of every soul, every spirit is the womb. Before every child will come to this earth, you have to pass through the womb, which is darkness. So indirectly, darkness is the source of life. Darkness is the first source of what? Light. So the moon is the greatest light that gave birth to the SU and the sun. That is why we call the sun. So the moon gave birth to the sun, the SON. Who is the sun? SUN. Okay, so indirectly, the moon is the mother. Okay, so the sun follows the moon. Science told us that the moon follows the sun. Do you understand? By indirectly, it is the moon which gave birth to what? It's the moon which gave birth to the sun. Do you understand? It's the moon which gave birth to the SUN, which is what? The SON of the moon, the sun. Okay, so in science, they told us that the moon follows the sun, and I'm decoding it and telling my people that no, indirectly, it is the sun that follows the moon, because the moon, the darkness came before what? Light. So I'm going to prove to my people, then we move on. When the moon appears, we call the moon BOSOM. BOSOM, BOSOME is BOSOM. And when you remove E, you get BOSOM, which is bosom. Bosom represents what? Deity. In Akan, when we say bosom, bosom means deity. Do you understand? And Monday, as I explained, according to the weeks and the deities corresponding to the weeks. Okay, Monday is controlled by the moon, and the moon is our mother. The moon is the mother of all life forms. So in Akan, the moon is called ADWO. ADWO, ADWO, or ADWOA, ADWA. ADWO or ADWA, which corresponds to what? The moon goddess. And when we say ADWO, ADWO means coolness in Akan. Jo means to cool in Akan. And ADWO also represents what? The feminine what? Or the moon goddess. And Monday is controlled by the moon. Tuesday is controlled by Mars. Wednesday, Mercury. Thursday, Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. Friday is controlled by Venus. Saturday is Saturn. And Sunday is the sun. So Monday, who is what? Bosom ADWO, who is the moon goddess that controls Monday. Do you understand? And in Akan, as I'm saying, we call it what? ADWO. So when it is darkness in Akan, we call it ANADWO. ANADWO. And Nanumu ADWO. That is the coolness time of what? Of the day. And within the coolness time of the day is where the moon what? Appears. The moon is our greatest mother who existed first before all life forms coming to this planet. Okay, so when the moon appears in the skies like this, our ancestors says that Abrewa. Abrewa. Abrewa also represents what? Ages, or Nana, or which represents what? Grandmother. Abrewa also represents someone who has spent a lot of what? Years. Nimre Ewa. Years on what? This planet. So the moon is called Abrewanen and Nana when the stars are following the moon. Okay, we call it Abrewanen and Nana in Akan. That is the grandmother and what? The daughters and sons. Do you understand? So even if you look at Uset, Hiru, Usa and Set story, okay, is the moon which was able to replicate the life of what? Usa to come back as what? Hiru, telling you that the moon is our mother. Okay, so Bosom ADWO, Bosome, OSRANE, okay, the moon goddess is the greatest light which appeared first on this planet. So the sun follows the moon. The moon does not follow the sun, no, but the sun follows the moon because the moon gave birth to the sun. When the moon is full, please, you can check within the moon that there is a feminine deity within the moon. And within the feminine deity within the moon, you see on the laps there is a baby or there is a child, which is talking about what? Usa and Uset what? Metamorphosis. Do you understand? Giving birth to what? Hiru, to become the new king. And I've explained a lot to my people. Okay, so the moon is our mother. The moon is called ADWO. ADWO, Bosom ADWO, Bosom ADWA. Okay, our mother. Do you understand? So people have been misinterpreting the moon to us that the sun gave birth to the moon. No, it's lies. Okay, Don't listen to a lot of people who are giving fake informations. Do you understand? I come here to give the rare information to my people. Okay, so if you come into the Akan traditional religion, when there is an instrument of a chief, we call it what? Ahinsi. Ahinsi. Ohin. Ohin. O-H-E-N-E. Ohin means king. And Ohima, O-H-E-N-E-M-A-A means Ohima. And Ohima means what? The queen. So if you come into the Akan traditional spirituality, we follow the movement of the sun and the moon to what? Give forth what? Our kings, or to instill our kings. Instill our kings. Do you understand? Our kings are instilled according to the principles of the movement of the moon and the sun. The moon is the feminine deity which controls all aspects of what? Our souls. All soul is coming from what? The dark entity of what? This universe. So the moon, you can see the clouds moving. The moon is called what? Ohima. And in Akan, the Ohima is the queen. Ohima means queen. And when you come into the Akan hierarchy or the king system or the Ahinsi or the instrument of a chief, it is the feminine or the Ohima who puts what? The Ohini on the throne. And the Ohini sits on the throne to rule for the feminine energy. So as the moon started with what? Usa and Uset. When the moon starts, or when the moon dies and it is appearing again, it comes as a crescent moon. And the crescent moon which appears represents what? The seat of the throne. When there is a crescent moon, when the new moon appears and there is a crescent moon, it represents what? The throne. And the crescent moon represents what? The Aseseja in Akan. When we talk about Aseseja, we are talking about what? The stool of the king. It is the Ohima, the feminine deity that all the kingship or all the royalties belongs to. But the queen now what? Put in a man to take care of what? The royalties. So as nature is. The moon controls all aspects of our life and the moon is our mother. But the sun give us what? Life. Do you understand? That is why the Freemasons use the sun. Okay? But indirectly, we will combine the forces of what? The sun and the moon together to manipulate our lives. Okay? So, when we come to the Ahinsi, when the crescent moon appears, you can see the dark moon on the crescent moon. And the crescent moon represents what? The Aseseja. Okay? The Aseseja also represents the stool that the king sits on it. The stool that the king sits on it to rule. So if you go to the Usa and Uset metamorphosis, you see that we have what? The throne. And the throne belongs to what? Aset or Uset. Uset is the same as what? The moon goddess. Uset is the same as Bosome. Uset is the same as Bosom ADWO. Okay, and Uset is the feminine deity which controls all aspects of life and all the riches, all properties within Mother Nature contains or belongs to what? Uset. So in the Akan tradition, when the queen instills what? The chief, indirectly, the royalty or the kingship does not belong to the king, but it belongs to what? The feminine what? Queen. So we call it Ahinsi. So through Ahinsi, Si means what? To crown someone. Si also means what? To wash. Si also means to plant. Sisi also means aunt. Auntie or sisi means cheat. Do you understand? So Ewusi is the sun. Okay? And Esi is the moon. Esi, that is why we call Ahinsi. When we are installing a chief in Ghana, we say Ahin Esi. We are giving the king what? The throne to rule for the feminine what? Energy. Women are the world. The feminine energy came before all life forms. The feminine energy is only the energy which can what? Manipulate or which can what? Initiate all life forms into beings. Okay, so when we talk about the moon energy is the greatest energy, my fellow Africans, my fellow melanated people. Don't joke with the moon energy. Okay, so the moon is our mother, the throne that every man sits on it, the throne that every king sits on it to rule, the throne that the sun sits on it to rule. That is why the moon appears every time of the day. That is why the moon appears in the darkness of the day. So as we call it, Anna Ajo and Nanimu Ajo. Okay. And Abrewa and Nana, the moon going with the stars is called what? Abrewa and Nana. So on full moon like this, I cannot teach you and leave you ritual and not teaching you rituals. On full moon like this, what I did is a greatest ritual. You get everything that you can drink. Okay. Then you pour your libation. Then you burn your incense and your candle. Do you understand? I will not spend much time over here. But I wanted to introduce my people and tell my people that Bosomajo, Bosome, OSRANEKESE, okay? Or OSRANE, the Bosom. Bosom, the greatest Bosom is this. When you come into the Akan cosmology, when you say Bosom, B-O-S-O-M, Bosom, everyone is afraid. Bosom does not mean any bad entity. Bosom does not mean any bad entity. When you say Bosom, Bosom means deity in Akan. Deity. And deity is being gotten from date, D-A-T-E. Okay? Plus day, D-A-Y. So, deity. Day plus date. That is why when you go to school, you write your date at the right side of your paper. Okay? Corresponding to what? The day of the week. Do you understand? So deity means day plus date, giving you deity. And in Akan, we call it Bosom. Bosom does not mean any bad entity which kills. So when you spell the moon in Akan, we say Bosome, B-O-S-O-M-E. The E at the bosom or the Bosome is what? The eternity, the everlasting what? Mother of what? The universe, the primordial universe who never forsake us. Okay? The primordial deity who does not forsake us. So bosom, don't fear bosom, don't fear deity. It is as a result of misinformation from the whites and their offsprings that they've corrupted the language of we the Akans or we the Meleta people. So anything that you say, they tell you that is bad just to take you away from what? Everything that what we connect with it to nature. They wanted to take us away from nature. So the moment you say bosom, everyone is afraid. Okay? But bosom does not mean any bad entity. Bosom represents what? The greatest deity. And the moon, the moon is the greatest deity in the universe. The highest and the powerful greatest deity is the moon. That is the feminine energy. When a man is coming to this life form, the man passes through the feminine energy. When a woman is coming into this life, the woman passed through the feminine energy, which tells you that the feminine energy is the greatest energy ever that gave birth to all life existence. So if you read the OSET, USA, Hiru, and Set story, you see that the metamorphosis took place within what? OSET. And when the full moon appears like this, okay, it's as a result of what? The birth of the new sun. It's a result of what? The birth of what? New life. I love everyone who comes here to listen to the truth. Okay, so Bosom Ajo. Ajo means coolness. And Bosom Ajua also means Ajua is the feminine deity of what? Monday goddess. Okay, so when you are being born on Monday, you are controlled by the moon. Okay, your life forms, your life focus, your destiny. Your Inkrabia follows what? The destiny of the moon. So Bosom Ajo corresponds to what? The moon goddess, Bosome goddess. And you perform your life functions according to how the moon rules. And the moon is the feminine energy, the primordial deity. Darkness first before light. I love everyone. Heard them.